Good evening, my YouTube viewers. It is Crystal, and in this video, I'm going to be discussing histograms and density plots. So the first visualization that we're going to talk about is the histogram, which we're going to show you a histogram of a normal distribution. It's a visual representation of the distribution of a data set. And so what we're going to do is we're going to create a normal distribution. So we're going to generate 1,000 random values from a normal distribution. So in R, which is what we're going to be using, we're going to set the seed at 1, 2, 3. So every time you run the program, it will start out the same. It will initialize the values the same. And so now we're going to define the variable values, which becomes R norm. So norm means it's a normal distribution, and R means it's random numbers. And then it's going to be 1,000 values for the normal distribution. The mean is 0, and the standard deviation is 1. And then we're going to create a histogram doing this. So it's going to be hist brackets value, comma, breaks equals 30, so that means you've got 30 bins. Color, which is your color, equals sky blue. Border equals white. Main, which is your title, is histogram of normal distribution. And X lab, which is your label on the x-axis, is value. So here you can see that we have a histogram of 1,000 random samples of a normal distribution, and you can see that the histogram is a normal distribution. So next thing we're going to do after we discuss the histogram, we're also going to discuss the density plot. So a density plot is a smooth curve that shows the distribution of a numeric variable using kernel density estimation. So we're going to create a density plot with the values. We're going to define our variable x becomes c brackets 5, 9, 13, 20, 36, 50, 59, 72. And so we're going to complete the density estimate. So D becomes density brackets x, and then we're going to plot it. So plot brackets D, comma, main equals density plot base R, because we're using base R functions. X lab is your label for your X value is values, or your X axis, which is values, and Y lab is your label for the Y axis being density. Your color is col equals blue, and LWG is your line width, which is 2. So we run it, and this is the density plot that we have created. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create a histogram with a density plot. So we're going to set the seed at 1, so every time you run the program, it will automatically initialize to the same variables. So X becomes R norm, that's a normal distribution and random variables, brackets 300. So you're going to generate 300 random numbers from a standard normal distribution. And then we're going to create a histogram with scaling. So hist brackets x, comma, breaks equals 20, comma, col, which is your color, equals pink, comma, border, which is your border color, equals white, frequency equals false, and main equals histogram with density curve. X lab is the label for the x-axis, meaning values. And the frequency equals false, that scales your histogram to density. And then after we've created the histogram, then what we want to do is we want to add the density curve to that. So lines means we're going to add a line to the graph, brackets density, brackets x, that's your density curve, comma, col equals red, and LWD, which is your line width, equals 2. So what we're going to do here is we've got a pink color with a red density curve, but what I'm going to do is I want to change it to green, like make pink and green. So now we've got a pink histogram with a green density curve. So in this video, we've covered histograms, and then we've covered kernel density estimation, and now we've covered a histogram with a density curve on it. So that concludes this video, and in the next video, we're going to cover a visualization as well. So I hope you decide to watch it.